Yo, welcome to today's video. Got my host with me. I think we're gonna go to the. I'm gonna start the show crazy. What's up, guys? I'm starting the show crazy. We're gonna go prediction, then we're gonna explain why. Right?
Prediction. Okay. For me personally, I think it's a really tough encounter for both teams. If you're looking at what the both of them are trying to achieve,
Prediction,
from
prediction,
Liverpool,
prediction, prediction. Then you will have your chance to say why. Just straight out of the gate, prediction.
I'm gonna say 2-1 Liverpool. Reason why I feel on the night Liverpool will have enough quality to get them over the line. Moments of their season, so they flowing at the moment. So I think it's gonna be a really tough game for both sides. But like in the EFL Cup semi-final, I just think with the depth Liverpool has added now, especially with Luis Diaz and especially with him firing straight out of the blocks. I just think and the momentum. I just think it's gonna be a tight game, but not as in past meetings where the Liverpool just blew the Arsenal out of the water in recent seasons, and so I think this one is gonna be really tough. That's why I'm just saying 2-1 for Liverpool. Because I just feel at the end of the night, with the momentum and with the options they have up front now, I read the headlines this morning. I think Salah is fit to play, so I think we're gonna start with our almost our strongest 11. So yeah, I just giving this one to Liverpool 2-1.
Okay, you made me feel a bit better because you're saying you won't blow us away like the past. So you taking in consideration my team. You're taking our form, the second best form in the league now. We've got 9 games unbeaten. We're gelling well. So I see you taking everything in consideration. You're giving a very safe scoreline.
Exactly. Especially because I've been tuning into recent matches of the Arsenal. Listen, the Martin Odegaard, I know the Saka and the Martinelli and the Smith Rowe, they've been the shining lights for most of the season. But let me tell you, I'm admirer of this Odegaard kid because I don't know if you can remember when he was starting out, they were actually saying this was the next Messi, this was the next Ronaldo when Madrid signed him as a young kid. So I don't know. For me, it's just he seems to be the player that he's coming to the fore. He was the one that when he came in, everyone was excited, but he dropped off after a while. I don't know if it's the English game and all that, but now that he's settled in for me, he just seems a player. He reminds me a bit of Ozil. I don't know if you've seen him play. He's just a bit faster, but the way he passes the ball, the way he moves and receives the ball, it reminds me of Ozil at his very best. So of course the Arsenal for me it's a tough opposition right now in this moment in time because the team is actually gelling and listen, they've been getting good results. The match against Leicester the other day, I felt yes maybe they could have scored more, but I felt they were completely in control. So it just tells you where the Arsenal is at the moment in time. They're really making a push for the top four, so they need to be taken seriously.
Check. Odegaard, you know what I like about the team? So Zayn sent me a message. He asked me what's my prediction for tonight. I sent him a voice note back. I said, we at home. We have 4 or 5 players in the team that at the end of the match, these 4 or 5 players doing well. But at the end of every match, when Arsenal plays, there's actually a debate with yourself thinking who was man of the match. Must I give it to Odegaard? Must I give it to Party? Must I give it to Saka? I like that. So I told him that. Then I said, we need for us to win tonight, we need the whole team, not 2 players, not the 1 player, not 4 players. We need the whole team to play at a 9, at an 8.5, 9 out of 10 performance. So I said, I can play with the voice now. I said, I'm going to give it to you 2-1. But I will not be in shock if we take a 2-1. other way around. It's not going to be a shock if Arsenal win 2-1 because of the current form. But I'm tipping it to you guys. I told him I'm still giving it to Liverpool because of the depth in your squad and because of the proven world class. When someone is world class, in my opinion, is like you said, the Salah and Mane, world class, proven. They prove you. They prove it week in and week out. They prove it week in and week out. They've been on form for the last. Yes, people are doubting if Salah don't score, if Mane don't score for 3-4 games, what's wrong? But his contribution to the team, it's crazy. So I'm tipping it to Liverpool still a little bit, but I will not be in shock because we are home. We have good momentum. I know we said we speak about Liverpool, Arsenal, and but I think we should throw it in there. How's your road to? Is there a phase, or can you go 10 games unbeaten? Can you end the season off unbeaten? And I think that would guarantee you the the championship trophy. Can Liverpool achieve it? 10, from now to the end of the season unbeaten.
To be honest with you, I don't think so. I know it's a met. Listen, we sitting here now. If you can just remember 10, 12 games, 10, 12 rounds ago, we were just writing everyone off. We were saying no, City is done with it. It's dusted. Listen, Liverpool somehow have played their way into contention by winning their games, right? So they 3 points behind, 4 points behind at this moment in time with the game in hand. So listen, the confidence at Liverpool at the current moment in time is flying high. So you'd expect all the fans just to say no, we're gonna do it. Listen, if I can just be honest with you, in the last 3-4 years, Manchester City and the Liverpool especially, they have become the only teams that you can bet your house on them winning 10 straight in a row, winning 15 in a row, because listen, they've set the bar high for themselves in both camps. I'm thinking the players will be telling themselves, no, we can win 10 in a row. We've done it before, so it's possible. But on Liverpool's on behalf, the fixtures they do have remaining, I still feel they're gonna drop points. If not against the Arsenal tonight, they still have to play Man U. They still have to play
Shaky,
City. They still
you're
have to play
making me.
Spurs.
My
Those are the big.
tripod is a problem
Those
here.
are the big teams.
The tripod's a problem
Hey?
here, but it's fine. He's making me feel you. I said my tripod's a problem, but you're making me feel good about myself here. You saying potentially drop points tonight, so that's big up to my team. So
No.
when we spoke, when
Sure.
we spoke, you said potentially.
Yeah.
So I like that. When we spoke, when we've been speaking consistently over for the last 2 months, when we spoke, initially I said it's going to be a 3-horse race. I expected this to happen, but I thought Chelsea will be in the mix. 100% I tipped it to Guardiola because he's proven he can do consistently 15 games unbeaten. That's why I gave it, I tipped it to Man City. I expected the race to go the way it is now, and I expected Chelsea. I said Chelsea is in the mix. You three will fight for it. Chelsea has fallen off. Liverpool is there, City is there. This is what I expected. But yes, I tipped it like I'm tipping Liverpool a little bit to win Arsenal tonight, even though I'm a Liverpool supporter. Because I know the consistency, and I know for Arsenal to win Liverpool, we need each and every player. Ramsdale's been giving us that. We need each and every player on that team to play a 8.5, 9 out of 10 performance for the night. Out of the socks, you need to play again to beat Liverpool. You can't be average because it's not going to work. So,
Just as I was saying, in those 10 remaining fixtures, I just feel those 3 big games. It's the Arsenal, it's Man United, it's City, and it's Spurs. Okay, let's say those 4 games out of the 10. Listen, if it's not against the Arsenal, there's still a lot of soccer to be played. And
I don't feel you drop points against Tottenham. I don't feel you drop points against Tottenham. I don't feel you drop points against United.
Listen, I've just been looking at the fixtures, Angelo, and
you're being very modest here. I'm surprised. You're being very modest. You're being very political. You're being very modest.
No, I'm just trying to be realistic because I've looked at the fixes and listen, you see the fixes, it looks nice on paper and everything, but you throw a quarter final in the mix just between the game against City or after City, it becomes a total a different ball game. Listen, we play. Let's say they throw us. They give us anyone in Europe, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, whoever is there. They give us in Europe. It becomes, it becomes a final before final. Every match in this run in. So listen, if Liverpool can stay perfect in this last 10 games, Angelo, I'm going to be surprised. Not because they can't win 10 in a row. Listen, there's going to be a quarter final in the FA Cup coming up. Anyone can get an injury. A lot of things can change. So I just like the way Jurgen Klopp is playing it down. He's just going, no, let's just take it one match at a time. We'll tick it off. Listen, I didn't expect City to drop points against Crystal Palace, but it just shows you sometimes these games they do come past, and Liverpool just need to be ready to pounce on anything. So yeah, I also expected Chelsea to be a part of this title race, but in the beginning, I also felt Guardiola and Klopp, they're not miles ahead of Tuchel, but they ahead of him. So I expected them, when it becomes a three-horse race, I expected them to behind Liverpool at least. That is for Chelsea. But for the title race in itself, Angelo, I'm not surprised at all. With City in the ranks, you need to be perfect. So I'm not even surprised as to what Liverpool is doing nowadays anymore. So I'm almost expecting them to chase City down every season. So yeah.
On your biggest rivals your biggest rivals in the Premier League. What did you think of the game last night? Did you want them to win? I wanted them to win. I'll tell you why. But did you want them to win?
Um, I never want them to win. I thought what aspired on Saturday night, with CR7 just blasting them to the roof. It just took me back to a point you made. They have the stars. They are unpredictable. I expected them to have a bad result. To be honest, listen, they win one, they lose two, they win two, they draw one. So they won against Spurs on the weekend. They lost against City. They won against Spurs. So they're losing against Atletico. I'm expecting them to win this weekend.
I wanted United to win. Like I said, I was just wish Zayn could be a part of this, but I wanted United to win because I wanted them to get a bigger team, and I wanted the team to thrash them 5. I'm sorry, I'm petty. I'm sorry. I wanted them to win. And I know if they go through to this round and they get a European giant that jowls on the night and thrash them.
I was just scared they would slip through and then they would maybe get
momentum.
A Benfica. No. Then they'll get a Benfica.
No, then they get a Benfica. Then they slide. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Semi-final.
Then they get to the semi, so they smash
in the semi-final. Somehow they can end up in the final by not playing their best football, maybe winning 1 or 2 games along the way. That is what they can do, So,
and then they're bragging rights again. And then they're bragging rights again.
Exactly. So it's better for me rather face Atletico than you get them. You don't know what you can get from United. So
maybe we must change the name of the show. We must change the name of the show. United Haters. People are gonna say we haters.
Yeah, but at least we show some love now and then. But yeah, I was expecting a bad result from them. Really, honestly, I was expecting it.
I was watching the game. I was like, please, I hear what you say, and you are correct. But I was watching the game thinking, please win so you can get a giant. Please win so they can thrash you. Win 1-0, go through, get Liverpool or get Madrid, and then they thrash you. Home and away, 2-0, 2-0, as 4-0. That's delicious for the media. I love it when they're in the media.
Oh, okay. So in terms of silverware, their season is done and dusted now. So in terms of the top 4, they have to throw the kitchen sink, the whole backyard now, and they have to get a train and throw it at everyone now. So things have all of a sudden become really, really tough for them now. They I saw the stats this morning. It's the first time in 10 or 12 years where CR7 is actually going to end up without silverware for the season, without any silverware.
Since
So,
the
um,
09 to 2009-10 season is
exactly,
long,
since
bro.
his first
It
season at
just
Real,
shows.
since his first
It
season.
just
So
it just shows.
it just shows you. Yeah. Then again, when it and if you look at the Arsenal, listen, everything it looks up at the Arsenal. All of a sudden, the players they're coming out saying in these interviews, no, something special is happening at the Arsenal.
Now they
So it's
check here.
exactly,
The Emirates is singing, bro. Oh,
exactly,
Mikel Arteta.
exactly. And it just shows you the Arsenal is on the upward. Listen, I've been looking at the table now. If the Arsenal can just maintain their form, I mean, if you look at the last 10, let's say they lose 2 or 3 of the last 10, get 6 victories, 1 draw, or just 7 good results out of the last 10 now, they look good because if you look at the teams beneath the Arsenal, there's no consistency. So I think consistency is the word we have to use here just to get the Arsenal into the top 4. It's
And Arsenal
consistency
has
for me.
been consistent. Arsenal has been they are there for a reason. They're the team that
Exactly.
can win the most amount of games consistently. There's too much inconsistency when it comes to Tottenham. The same with West Ham, and that's what I don't like. If people praise Moyes, if they praise, even if they praise Brendan Rodgers, or if they praise Steven Gerrard, I'm like, yo, yeah, Arteta's my team. I'm biased, but no one wants to praise Arteta.
No, and you have to give praise to Arteta simply for what he's done. Listen, we've been saying this now for the whole half a season or the full season. He has been punching above his weight. Look at the squad he's had to deal with. Listen, if you guys had better players and you still floundering, we could have sit here and said, no, man, we're expecting better from him. Arsenal should be well in the top 4 easily. But no, listen, with the injuries you guys have had, with the amount of players you guys have go on loan, have sold, listen, he's been working with peanuts, so to say, but he's been punching well above his weight. And if you look at it, with a couple of good additions, who's to say the Arsenal can't challenge? Sometimes it just takes a few additions with the right manager and to get the ball rolling. I've been hearing now the legends of Man United, Paul Scholes, and these guys, they've all been telling the people the same thing. United need a top tier manager. Everything is going to start to change when they get a top tier manager. They say, I heard Roy Keane say the other day, if you're willing to break the bank for a player to come in and change the fortunes of your club, you should be able to do the same with the manager. Why can't you go to Atletico Madrid, buy Diego Simeone? This is a guy with a character, persona. He can be the face of this club for the next 10 years. Go and buy him, whether it's 60 million, 70 million. You can do it. So they say you need a top manager, and that is testament. Listen, Arteta, he comes through the ranks from Guardiola, so he doesn't need to go for first hand. He experienced everything. He was there
Experience
for
Wenger,
good few
experience
years under
Wenger,
Guardiola. So
experience Wenger and
exactly,
Guardiola.
so exactly, and you've been playing in the Premier League a a lot of years before you hang up your boots. So the culture, everything, how the Premier League works. So I think for a guy like Arteta, he's at the perfect club, a club which it's a real big brand, but it's a club that also it's in a rebuilding phase post Wenger. So the Arsenal can't expect to win the Champions League, to win the league. Listen, they've been rebuilding for the last couple of years, so it's
Too long.
time their project it caught face. So a top 4 finish would just be the perfect ending of for Arteta, and it could be a springboard for him for better things to come.
Okay, I'm going to be optimistic. I'm going to say 2-1 Arsenal. You said 2-1 United. Sorry, 2-1 Liverpool. We'll do a show tonight. So I'm going to take a nap before so I can be fresh.
Sure.
Oh, Mikel Arteta. Emirates going to be buzzing tonight,
So
bro.
sure. So check here. Um, these pundits have been making the whole day. They've been making all of these match up right across the pitch. The one that I feel that it just tips the favor in recent games. I don't know the starting right back you guys are gonna have in place, but I think it's Cedric
Cedric,
Suarez. I'm not
Cedric.
sure.
Yeah.
So what do you think of the matchup with him and Luis Diaz?
Check here. Party needs to
Because only
assist.
you've seen
Party needs
Luis
to
Diaz
assist
a
him.
couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Listen,
No. Party must assist him. He'll get the better of him. 100%.
Exactly.
He needs to play.
Point.
No. He needs to play. He needs to play a performance.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, and you know what? I think the wide guys, especially the Suarez and the Kieran Tierney, he's the starting left back. Listen, these guys need to pin back, not the Mo Salah and the Diaz, but they need to pin back the Andy Robertson and the Trent Alexander, because the Salah and the Diaz, they don't even need to worry about them. They're gonna stay up front, man. So they are
okay,
there. But the ones they need to pin back is the Robertsons and the Arnolds.
I can say the same
starts
thing,
with
right?
them. Yes, the midfield.
Yes, but I can say the same thing. When Robertson wants to push up, he must, in the back of his mind, know if we lose the ball and Partey plays the ball to Saka, Ben White, if he pumps the ball to Saka, he likes doing that. And Robertson's out of position. My star boy is running. Robertson needs to be there. You can't just bomb forward. And Ateta will promise you, Saka will stay wide. He's going to stay wide tonight. Which means Robertson must decide, am I going to go forward? Am I going to keep an eye on this guy here? We'll see what happens. What Klopp tells Robertson to do. What Ateta tells Saka to do.
Exactly. But for the neutral, I just want Arsenal to stay in the game for as long as possible. Not make it one of these first half shows. Sometimes you get the Arsenal, Liverpool is in. I just want Arsenal to stick in there and just make it a game of it. And if they eventually maybe do get something, a good result, then we need to praise them for getting a good result.
Okay, yeah, it will be. So you gotta go. Gotta get yourself ready.
Sure.
We'll speak tonight after the game and see how it goes. Cheers, guys.
Sure. Cheers.